Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good to have you here today. What I have here in my hand is a bolt and a nut and two little spacers. And what we're going to talk about today is nuts and bolts and the nuts and bolts of marketing nuts and bolts. And with that, we have a challenge for you. And the challenge goes like this. I dare you, if you are an industrial company, a B2B company who sells something as mundane and boring and unsexy as this little piece of metal, I dare you to create awesome and exciting marketing. And if you're a marketer, a freelancer, or an agency, I challenge you to go out and find jobs and projects where you market not fun things, like unfun and unexciting things, and that you really market something seemingly boring and mundane and dull. And the reason I'm talking about this today is because I just got a call from a prospect yesterday, and they were selling something really boring, steel stuff, okay? And he was almost ashamed to say it. He's like, there's nothing exciting about our product, so I don't know how we should go about marketing it. And the first thing that crossed my mind was that, hey, I don't want to deal with boring stuff. I don't want to take this project. I don't want my team to deal with boring stuff and market boring stuff. I mean, I come from an adventure travel background. I have my own adventure travel agency ever since college. And, I've marketed awesome and exciting technologies. I'm always about, what I market is something that I'm passionate about and I really love. And I'm passionate about the company who sells it and the people in the company. So these two things have to come together. But this gentleman who called me was marketing something totally uncool and not fun. And so my second thought was, okay, well, I've always been doing exciting stuff. And if you think about it, it's easy to market and make exciting something that already is fun and exciting. And it's easy to create marketing like for stuff like that, obviously. But what happens when you get a challenge such as marketing nuts and bolts? Or something of that nature, like a commodity, right? Now, the thing becomes a lot harder. So what I really urge you to do to become a better marketer is to go out and find products and projects that are not exciting and not fun. Okay, how do you go about making something fun that really isn't? And I've got a couple of tips for you today, okay? Unsurprisingly, it's going to be all about video because video really lends itself to talking and demonstrating things where it's hard to explain that the thing is actually fun and exciting. Okay. So what can you do? What sort of topics can you look at? Well, number one, if it's really an invisible thing for most people, then just demonstrate in a video what would happen if it didn't exist. For example, you have nuts and bolts. You can have a bunk bed and you can take out all the nuts and bolts and create a video where you just push the bunk bed and the thing falls apart. Obviously, it's an interesting and engaging video because you can say, hey, if we didn't exist, this bed wouldn't exist either. It would fall apart under your kids. The second thing that you can do is take the people backstage and really show them the manufacturing and the creating process and all the love and the thought and the ingenuity that goes into designing and manufacturing something as simple and mundane as a little piece of bolt. Okay. Then the third thing you can do is to really focus in on the people who are using the product and talk about the experience and the outcomes and the transformation, if you can talk about that, no matter how small it is, but really focus in on how the little product is making people's lives better and try to make the connection. Okay. Now, I found an awesome video on the interwebs about a bolt. And it's a really exciting video. It's about 2 minutes long, and you're going to have to visit clear.hu and the most recent blog or podcast episode. You can just go to clear.hu/blog, and we're going to have the video for you there. If you're already on this page, then you got to scroll down below this video, and you'll see the YouTube embedded video. It's a really awesome video, and it illustrates the life of a bolt. That's what it's called. And a manufacturing company could have made that video, but they didn't. It was made by Red Bull. Red Bull Racing Team. And I just love that fact because of all the things that Red Bull Racing Team could be making videos of and are making videos of, like the high speed, the adrenaline, and all the rush and all the awesomeness. They decided to take the challenge and make a really cool and engaging video about something as freaking boring and unsexy as a bolt. I urge you to check it out. So go to clear.hu/blog. You'll find this episode there. And yes, just take it away. Take the challenge. And remember, focus on the people. Center in on the people who are using the product, perhaps in ways that they don't realize, and just demonstrate the value that it has, the invisible value that it has in people's lives. And now that I think about it, this bolt is from an IKEA bunk bed that I've recently assembled for my kids. And since IKEA doesn't really give spare bolts, it's probably missing from their bed. But whatever. It's kids, Okay, see you in the next episode. I'm glad you were with me, and take it away.